you're the one. There are those who say, oh, don't be greedy. And we say, you've got to be kidding. They're telling you, after you've gone to all of the trouble of coming from non-physical into the physical for the deliberate purpose of exploring contrast and expanding, they're saying, don't worry about keeping up with your expansion. That's paramount to saying, never mind joy, never mind alignment, never mind enlightenment, never mind knowledge, never mind coming into your own, never mind being who life has caused you to be. You gotta be who life caused you to be, or you won't feel the joy that is natural to you.
To keep your mindset going downstream on a positive note, when most of the conversations are actually going upstream, I mean, how do you participate?
Well, what you do is you prepare yourself vibrationally before you go out. And then you say, it's hard. It's hard to be positive when things, and so everybody's scrambling around. The Republicans are after the Democrats, and the Democrats are after the Republicans, and the Muslims are after these, and the Christians are after these, and everybody's mad about this, and they're going back in history. They're trying to figure out, well, how did it get started, and who said what when, and did you know that then, and how did you know about that, and did you do that, and why did you do that, and let's get the records, and let's all read them, and let's figure out who did what, and we say, just kill me now. You can't.
Right.
You can't sort that stuff out. You can't even remember what you said yesterday or why you did it. You can't remember what was going on, but the fact is you're outside the vortex and you have not the benefit of the cooperative components. You haven't accessed the laws of the universe. Law of attraction's doing its work for you over here, and you're outside the vortex complaining that you can't make it work.
What about when you're in a great mood, you're in the zone, and then you come across something, whether it's another person's negativity or all the things that you mentioned before? Why are you attracting that?
Here's the flawed premise in that. First of all, you cannot be drawn to something that's not active in your vibration.
Some would say we never become fully actualized until we heal the emotional and psychological traumas of our past.
They would be wrong. We would say, in an effort to heal the psychological and emotional traumas of past, you have to focus there. And as you focus upon those psychological and emotional traumas of your past, you activate the vibration of them. And since life has caused you to go so much further, you just use that as your current excuse not to keep up with who you are. And you can cause an indefinite rift.
My son completed suicide 4.5 weeks ago. And I think I'm doing pretty well.
We think that under the circumstances you are too. We want to talk about this whole death thing in a way that leaves you all forevermore in a new understanding. There is no death.
Right.
There is no ending to that which you are. There is only life. Sometimes you're focused here, sometimes you are focused completely in non-physical, but there is no ending to that which you are. You have made death out to be such an awful thing that when you first sat down here, now your vibration has shifted completely. When you first sat down here, it was inconceivable to you that we could have a joyful conversation about what has just taken place. And yet we are having a joyful conversation about what has taken place because there is no death.
My issue is trust. I'd like some help to get into the feeling place of trusting my inner voice, trusting other people, especially when they are male.
Stay with us. This is going to make perfect sense. It is our promise to you that we will work around this from enough different directions that you will feel complete by the time we stop talking about it. It's a big thing, not just for you, but for a lot of people. And we know that every time you find fault with someone, you're going to step out of the vortex and you're not going to feel good. And every time you look for reasons to appreciate, you're going to get into the vortex and you're going to fill up with who you are. And we know that just by knowing that you can teach yourself how to be in your power or how to be out of your power. And that is the only trust you ever need to accomplish.
How are you to follow your bliss if it is destructive to other people? Now, by that, I'm thinking of...
Where do you get this stuff?
Can vibration be cleaned up to the point where it's pure and you don't attract anything that contrasts, that you have smooth sailing, peace?
Here's the flaw in that reasoning. What you're saying is, Abraham, I would really like it if I could just look into an environment and see only what I want, because it's so much easier to see what I want and then just have a positive response to seeing what I want. And we say, there's no expansion that can come from that. That would lead to endedness.
When people are put to their deaths for crimes, when they reemerge back into that non-physical realm, are they limited in their selection of the next life choices?
You've been listening to us all day long here today, and this is still a hard concept to get your thoughts around, because there are just bad things out there that it feels like you shouldn't have to be the one that's focusing around them. In other words, it feels to most people like you should clean up the bad stuff so we don't have to see it. And what we're wanting you to understand is that defies the platform upon which all expansion comes from. Don't get rid of what you don't want, just focus upon what you do want.
I've been wondering about this ever since I was a child, I guess. Why is it that we're here? Why is there Abraham? Why is there me? Why is there a universe?
The question is so interesting to us because the mantra from non-physical is more. More expansion, more love, more exhilaration, more clarity, more opportunity, more adventure, more exposure to life, more love, more living, more fun. And when you say why, we say because it is so fun, because it is so satisfying, because it is the nature of a creator to create.